Okay, so here's the deal. And for those of you that's looking at this loader up in the air and I'm going to be working under it, I do have a block out on the cylinder so it can't fall on me. But anyway, that's for you safety Sallies out there. I'm changing some weight around on this T5. I had all 4 tires loaded on it when I bought it, and I decided to ditch the fluid in the front tires in lieu of front suitcase weights when I need them. I decided I wanted to take some of the extra weight off this tractor for its normal everyday use. You know, it does have a loader, and with the front tires loaded, it always had that extra weight in the front that didn't necessarily always need to be there for getting up hay and stuff like that. Now, when I pull my lime spreader, I need as much weight as possible. So, what I decided to do was have the dealer pull the fluid out of the front tires while it was gone to get the engine worked on. And then I had him order me the front weight bracket, which is right here, and 6 front weights, which if you add it all together would total up to be about 700 pounds, give or take. I don't remember the exact number, but it's the equivalent to the amount of weight that I took out of the front tires. It's real close. That's about, if you do the math, it worked out where these front tires held about 700 pounds. Combined weight, the fluid was about 700 pounds in the front of them. So, I'm not sure it's the right thing to do. I've never done this. Most people don't even run fluid in the front tires, especially on a loader tractor. But I wanted to be able to take some of the weight off this tractor because it just seemed like it was really heavy for everyday hay making. But like I said, I need the extra weight for pulling a lime spreader, 8-ton lime spreader. So this is my solution for now. I hope it works out for me. I'm getting ready to put the weight block on the tractor, and I'm going to use a cherry picker to handle it and set it up there, bolt it to the tractor, and I don't know that I'm going to put the weights on it right now since I got the loader on. Another thing that was going on with just having fluid in the front tires, if I took the loader off the tractor, even though there was 700 pounds of fluid in the front tires, the front of the tractor still felt light. And how that is, in my mind, the fluid was on the contact patch of the tire, you know, and the fluid was, you know, here, or they were 75% full or something. So, you know, that puts the weight on the tire. But when you add weight to the tractor, on the back of the tractor, and the front end tries to lift, well, there's nothing actually holding the front end down other than the engine weight. The fluid weight is just holding the tire on the ground, and the tire can give a couple of inches or 3 inches. So when the weight would shift to the back of the tractor, it would still try to pick up on the front of the tractor, but the tires would still be engaged good into the ground. But you could feel that in the cab. You could feel the bounce of the tractor because there wasn't extra weight out here on the front with the loader off, and it didn't ride good when you had a lot of weight on the back, and it didn't feel right. So I'm hoping that will take care of that problem also, and I'm sure it will, having 700 pounds hung out on the front of it. I know the difference will be, though, that the fluid doesn't really have any impact on the kingpins and the pivot bushing on the front of the tractor, whereas carrying the weight on the frame of the tractor, especially if I use the loader with the weight on it, you know, it could potentially be more wear and tear on the front axle of the tractor. But I don't know how much more. I don't know that it would be enough to be concerned about. But my plan is, most of the time, is to not be running the front weights unless I need them. But I'm sure there'll be times that I'll have them on there. So anyway, that's what's going on, and that's my plan. I already have, there's fluid in the rear tires. I left the fluid in the rear tires. There's 3 cast iron weights on the rear wheels on both sides. So I got good, plenty of weight on the back of the tractor. And that's what I gotta have, and I'm gonna leave it that way for running the loader and for pulling the line straight. But anyway, the biggest downfall to this decision was it cost a lot of money. I spent about $1,400 in weights, so it was pretty pricey. Whereas, the fluid, I had the fluid put in for like $200 when I bought the tractor, and but those weights, they were rather expensive. So, and if you've ever bought any cast iron weights, you know what I'm talking about. But all right, now let's try to get to work on this project. All right, so this is my setup. I got a cherry picker holding the bracket up. I got my bolts ready to go in. The chain on the cherry picker is hitting this push bar, so this ain't gonna be the easiest thing to do because I can't roll the cherry picker forwards anymore. Anyway, I'm gonna put some red Loctite on the bolts. See if I can get them started in there. What I was afraid of. Got one in there. Got 2 in there. I reckon we'll have to go find some more Loctite. Well, I don't have any more Loctite, but I'm not going to stop. It does have concave washers on it. They're kind of pressed over to one side, so you put the flared outside against the bolt head, and then when you mash it down, when you tighten it down good and tight, it compresses the washer, and the spring action of the washer keeps pressure on the bolt. It kind of works as a lock washer. So I'm going to just have to rely on that to keep it tight. Hopefully it will. I'm going to get them good and tight. So, see if we can get the other 2 bolts started. What do you think? Might have to have some weights on it to make it look right. I believe I'll go ahead and get the weights and put on it just to see how it's going to look. Alright, so here's the box of 6 weights, and I got to figure out how to get the stupid thing open and get the weights out of it and hang them on there. But yeah, it's a neat little crate, but I'm going to have to destroy it basically, the way it's put together. I might can get it off there without destroying it too bad. I don't need it anyway. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got 3 weights on each side, and then we got this long rod, and then we got this piece of rod with threaded ends. So I guess this drops down to hold them on, and this holds them all together. It's pretty interesting setup here. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Starting to look like a tractor again. Well, I guess it never did not look like a tractor, but looks more like a tractor with suitcase weights on it. Let's stand back and look at this. Oh yeah, that looks good. So I guess, oh look, we got instructions. Read the instructions after you get done putting it all together. See if you've done it right. Pretty self-explanatory, I think. But we'll see. Oh, it was supposed to disconnect the battery before we did this. I'm not sure why, but that's the first step. Install the plates one by one on the front bow support. Insert the rod with the washers and nuts on the right side of the plates. Secure the plates together by installing the washers and nut on the left side of the rod. Lock the plates on the front bow support with a pin. Okay, I kind of figured all that out on my own. You put a pin in the bottom. It's to keep the big pin from jumping out. Close the hood. Connect the battery cable. And then all the rest of the 500 pages are different language. Okay. Look at this. These are the safety pins that go in the bottom of this long pin here. And they sent like 6 of them. I guess you might lose them right off. Now once all these weights are bolted together like I'm about to do here, My plan is what I used to do on the 60/30 when we put the snowplow on. When I want to take these weights off, I just run a chain through all these handles, pull the locking pin out, just take a forklift and just lift the whole pack off and set it out on a pallet outside somewhere. And that way you ain't got to take all this loose every time. Trying to get the rod equal on each side. I don't want the rod sticking out more on one side than the other. It'll look kind of funny. Then you just drop this long rod in here, get one of these safety pins out. And it won't go in there. Alright, we'll get a influencing device. There we go. Don't really need that safety pin, most likely. That long pin is never going to jump out of there. But it's in there until the grass jerks it out. There it is. Box of weight. 700 pounds. Approximately. Let's close the hood and look at it. Oh yeah, looks good. Next thing I'll do is check for clearance for the loader. It's supposed to work. Somewhere I read that it's supposed to, you're supposed to be able to run front weights with the loader if you need to. So I'll check that out here in just a second. Plenty of clearance here. There's at least a foot in between the weights and the loader, so we're in good shape there. All right, that's gonna be it for this one. We'll see you in the next one.